On December 14th, 1983, a man from Kuwait named Abdullah and a woman from Saudi Arabia named Wafa got married to each other. Those were my parents. And today they are here celebrating their anniversary on the day that we all become fully fledged members of the IE community.
35.
And last year, sitting at dinner with my parents on their anniversary, I thought, life is great. I'd just been promoted to a senior doctor at the clinic I work in. I was healthy for the 33 years of age that I had, and the business I started 8 years ago was very successful. I was also very happily single. My father asked me to pass the salt, and as I passed it to him, he grabbed my hand, and he said, "Son, I hope one day my future daughter-in-law will pass this to me." This was one of the 15 daily references my dad made to me getting married, along with the 63 I had from my cousins, aunts, and uncles, around 23 from my friends, and 6 from the patients that would be shocked and say, "You're not married?" I had had enough. I looked at my mother and I said, "I'm going to do my MBA in Spain next year." She calmly looked up from the newspaper that she was reading and looked back down and said, "Of course you are, Habibi. Pass the salt before you go. Por favor." And at that moment, as she and my father were laughing at me, I walked out and I sent my application to IE. And that's why I'm here. But it's not the only reason, of course. Because IE is a hub for entrepreneurship and for innovation. It is a place that had become a top academic institution in its short 40 years. And all of you came for different reasons. Some of you wanted to advance your careers, maybe change them completely, but you all wanted to come to learn and meet new people. But is that the only reason that we chose IE? We could have gone anywhere. We didn't choose IE because of these reasons only. We did because IE is a unique place, and you are all unique. It's unique in what you will learn, and it's unique in what you will become, and it's unique in what you will remember. It's unique in what you learn. The graduates in front of you today are of a very high caliber, but nothing could have prepared us for the challenges ahead in that first year. We were swamped with information and deliverables and concepts that frankly, none of us understood. In corporate finance, Pedro was asking me what leverage and unleveraged beta were. I had no idea. In MDM, regression lines, I thought that was a line that goes backwards. And we were asked to write our big, hairy, aspirational goals. BHAGs. Like a Rubik's Cube, every time we thought our colors were aligning, something new would misalign them. You finally thought you understood coding, and they introduced you to Python programming. We realized we had a long way to go. And at many points in this journey, we questioned if our decision to come here was the correct one. For those of you that were doing your part-time degrees, maybe the burden of work was beginning to get too much, and the travel was burdensome with your full-time jobs. For those of us that are here in Madrid, we were starting to miss our families, their love and the comfort that we had with them. But it's exactly at that point that this community became a community. We were there for each other. I can remember specifically one particular time. I remember walking around IE the last week of our first term, and everyone's struggling with exams. But you'd walk into classrooms or study rooms that were supposed to fit 8 people, and you'd see 20 people huddled in there, all sharing their time, sharing their knowledge, sharing their kindness, and most importantly, sharing their M&Ms. And suddenly, it clicked. The colors on the Rubik's Cube had aligned. Everything we were taught started to make sense. Innovation stopped being a buzzword. It was a system that we knew how to apply. Being an entrepreneur wasn't a fantasy anymore. You knew the sacrifices you had to make your idea become a successful business. And you looked around the peers that you had around you, the network that you had made. And you realized that this network wasn't a network. It was a family. It was a community of change makers. And IE is unique in what you will become. Because you see, in IE, through IE's administration and volunteer students, you can try anything you want. You want to sail? Do you want to raise money for a charity? Want to discuss big data and AI? Maybe explore African culture and Chinese New Year's? You could, because we had a club for all of those. And were you somebody that had a very peculiar interest? Maybe you were interested in Portuguese sailing techniques in the 13th century. You didn't find a club? IE Campus would start it for you. You see, here in IE, you don't only get a master's in business, or a master's in management, or a master's in law. You can become a master in whatever you want. And it's unique in what you will remember. Let me walk you through these memories. Let me walk you through Velasquez, where the masters in management were studying. And there we can see Gail from Belgium and Marcus from Sweden, discussing how lucky they both were to experience this, and how excited they and their class were excited for Maggie's to celebrate tonight. Let's walk down to Area 31, where you can see Alison in Paris, giving constructive feedback to all the teams at Venture Lab, and Paris telling everybody that, you gotta win this, guys, you gotta win this. And behind him, you will see Julia from Tanzania, desperately trying to teach Sivan from Jordan and Andy from Mexico how to say hello in Swahili. She's still trying today. Go into MM31 and you will see Prakash and his members of the Global MBA and all the other global degrees, excited to see each other after the time they've been apart, updating themselves on their lives. And you will see the people in the most expensive suits and the most stylish degrees, the executive MBAs, also doing the same. Walk further down and you'll see our chiefs, Carol from Spain and Jack from England. And you will see Carola's struggling face, trying to understand the Newcastle accent of Jack. Jack, we love you, but we don't understand you. You will hear Luca from Italy with his guitar, inviting us all to the Italian dinner he is cooking with Valerio. But you will see Macchio in his Pikachu suit behind him, telling you no, politely, the Japan dinner is gonna be better. You will see Ralph, Jimmy, Timmy, Emil, Michael, Ramsey, and Rawan saying the only trilingual hello that we know in this world. Hi, Kifak, and Sava. And here you see Aboud from Palestine and Diego from Mexico, discussing their interest in jobs in AI. And you see Alejandro from Colombia behind them, convincing them that what they needed to do is sell natural makeup made from coffee, because that was the future. And celebrating life, you see Jontases, or J6, because they had 3 babies during this year. I don't know what you guys do, but you make a lot of babies. And finally, I want you to see Juan Pablo Gomez from Colombia ask the love of his life, Valentina Linas, will you marry me? And I want you to hear her say, yes. But what will echo in my mind and your mind every time you remember this place is the laughter. Laughter from every single one of you. Laughter that was genuine, loud, and beautiful. In every classroom, hallway, and garden. I ask you, have you ever heard laughter in another language? You haven't, because we all laugh in the same universal language. And it took a basic human behavior to tell us all that we are all different, yet we are all the same. I had a different ending, but I understood from the MBA one thing, that to get maximum participation mark, you have to build on comments from the people before you. So, our Dean of Business School, you inspired me to do this. So, I would like to quote the great poet, Christopher George Latour Wallace, also known as Biggie, also known as Notorious B.I.G. And no, I am not going to quote, "I love it when you call me Big Papa." But I will quote, "I don't know what they want from me. The more money we come across, the more problems we see." And that is because you all have a bigger responsibility with all that you've learned. You have become unique in what you can do. So be unique in the way that you will teach this world. Give back in your own way and encourage others to go through the same experience you have been through. Be unique in what you will make for this world. Make an impact, a difference in whatever it is that you do. And be unique in the memories that you will give to this world, because this is not a dress rehearsal. You are on stage now. IE has changed my life like it has yours. I came here like you, seeking a year of knowledge and contacts, and I was going to go back to becoming a doctor. Today, I tell you all that I'm resigning from that profession to pursue the dream that I started here in IE. If you ask me where we will be professionally in 5 to 10 years, I have no idea. But ask me where we will all be personally in 5 to 10 years, and I can tell you, we are going to be at each other's weddings and celebrations. And we are going to be there for each other through the hardships. As we go our separate ways, I want you to remember our starting point, IE, and to take a part of that with you wherever you go. Because we are the IE community. Because you are the IE community. Thank you. And you are all, 1 second. You are all invited to my wedding if I get married in the next couple of months.
Time check this.